Hello everyone, my name is Connor, or if you want to call me Connor's Carrera on my socials and my YouTube. This is a new video to my new channel, and I'm super excited to be making content for you guys, specifically Porsche content, at least to start, because I have had quite a few at this point, and I think some of the knowledge that I've gained can help people who may or may not be looking for these cars, or who may already have one of these cars. Maybe my knowledge can kind of point you guys in the right direction, what to do, and that's kind of my goal of this video, just like a generalization of the cars that I've had, and what I recommend and whatnot. Let's get into it. My Porsche journey started when I was, I was 19 years old when I got my first Porsche. It was a 996 911. It was a 1999, so it was a 996.1, and it had the 3.4 liter flat six engine in it. And it was amazing. I loved the car. It was, I believe it was called Ocean Blue Metallic. It was a dark navy blue. It was an awesome car. I loved it. So that was the first Porsche that I ever had. I had that car for 2 years. Soon after that, I sold it and I got into some other cars. Specifically, I had a Honda S2000, a couple other cars in between. But anyway, my next Porsche, which is what we're focused on, I got a 2005 Porsche Boxster S, a 987.1 with a 3.2 liter flat six. It was a manual transmission, and that was an amazing car. Absolutely loved it. That was my second car, and I've had 6 Porsches overall. My third Porsche was a Porsche 911 Turbo. It was a 996. It was a 2002. And amazing car, absolutely loved it. That was my third one. My fourth one after that was actually a Cayenne, a 2016 base Cayenne, which was gold. That was my fourth Porsche. And I don't know as much about the Cayennes. I'm mainly going to be sticking to the sports cars, but I want to learn more about the Cayennes. So if you guys have any knowledge, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to talk about it. It'd be cool. Going to my next one, which would be my fifth 911. I had a 1982 Porsche 911 SC. It was the exact same platinum metallic that my Cayenne is. That was an amazing car. And then I have the car that's now sitting behind me, which is a 1977 Porsche 911 Carrera 3.0. And this is kind of the car that I'm gonna stick with probably for the rest of my life. If you guys don't know much about these, do your research, they're awesome. And I'm actually gonna be making a video just on this car. So stay tuned, it's gonna be super cool. So as you guys can see, I've had a really good mix of water and air-cooled cars. So I've gotten a decent generalization, kind of how they drive, how they are for beginners, how they are for maybe even some more experienced car enthusiasts. I've had a lot of people ask me what they should get for their first Porsche and what's the best. What is my favorite? Which one would I keep the most? And honestly, they've all been amazing. They all have benefits and downsides. I'll start with the water-cooled cars, since that was my very first one. Water-cooled cars, they started in, depends on who you ask. In the United States, it was 1999 for the 911s. For the Boxsters, it was 1997. In the UK or Europe, they started in 1998 for the 911s. That's basically the only difference. Both the exact same car, and they're both awesome. Basically, the water-cooled cars are great. I drove it for 2 years. I drove it very hard. I drove it very fast. I did not take it easy on that car whatsoever, and I really had very minimal issues. The water-cooled cars get a really bad rap for a lot of reasons, mainly reliability, and I'm not going to go into that in this video. I'm actually going to make another video on water-cooled cars reliability and all the issues that I had, or honestly, the few issues that I had. Yeah, the water-cooled cars are great. Obviously, you have the 911 Carrera and the 911 Turbo, and they are very, very different cars. They handle very differently. They have completely different engines, completely different designs. Very good to understand those differences when you're looking for a water-cooled car. And I'm mainly talking about the water-cooled cars in the United States, 1999 up to about 2012. It would be kind of the last year that I would be talking about with this general engine design. They did change the engine in 2009, but still I'm going to go ahead and include those. From the 996.1 to the 997.2. They're amazing cars. I highly recommend them, but make sure you do your research before you buy one, and make sure you get a car that's well documented. They don't fail as much as people say they do. I'm going to be completely straightforward. They don't. So you're going to see a lot of noise online. I call it noise. Forums and other videos where people say, you got to watch out for this, you got to watch out for this. You do, but don't let that prevent you from buying the car. Just do your research, and if those things have been fixed on the car, expect it to cost more. So that's where I'm going to end with that. They're amazing cars. Definitely recommend water-cooled cars. Now, going into the air-cooled cars are a completely different beast. They're all old. So old cars, it doesn't matter how reliable they were once they were new, old cars will have issues. They have corroded lines, whether it be vacuum lines, fuel lines, oil lines, because these are obviously air-cooled. They have oil lines, a lot of them. So these air-cooled cars, they're old. The last air-cooled 911 they made was in 1998, and it ended with the 993 generation, and those cars are very, very valuable now because it was the last air-cooled car. Air-cooled cars also do carry a higher price tag overall between all the generations over water-cooled cars. Because they're older, some people prefer their looks over the water-cooled cars, but both are amazing. They both have upsides and downsides. If I was a brand new Porsche owner, I'm not going to go into all the generations of the air-cooled cars, but if I was a brand new Porsche owner, I'm looking for a car and I want it to be at least somewhat reliable. You're going to spend money regardless of what Porsche you get on maintenance, and that's normal. But if I was recommending something that is upstanding for reliability, for its age, for fun factor, speed, AC, so comforts, I would say, I would recommend a water-cooled car to start. Either a Porsche 996, 911, anywhere, honestly, any of the generations are good for the 996.1 or 996.2. Both have different issues. The engines are a little bit different between the 996.1 and the 996.2, but I recommend both, and make sure you do your research. Or another great option are the Caymans or Boxsters. Amazing, outstanding cars, and I would recommend either the 987.1s or 987.2s or just the 986s. They're all amazing cars. Now, the most reliable and most affordable out of all of those is probably going to be the 986 Boxster base. So it's just a Boxster. It's not a Boxster S. It's going to be the most affordable out of all the options. They can range, honestly, they can range anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 in value, depending on options and mileage and whether it's a manual or automatic transmission. And I wanted to state this too: all manual transmission Porsches, they are always going to command more value than the automatics. So that's very, very good to know. So if someone's asking, if you have two identical cars and one is an automatic and one's a manual, the manual will be more valuable just based on how the market is. Both are amazing. Automatics and the manuals are good. I've had both. They're both good. We're kind of wrapping it up here. If you're a brand new Porsche person or new to Porsche and you want to find a car that's generally reliable, that's really fun, you can take to events and car shows, I recommend a early water-cooled car, either a 996.1 911 if you want a 911, or 996.2, they're a little bit more expensive, or a Boxster of any year, or a Cayman. There are issues with all of the cars, but just again, do your research. And I'm gonna make some videos on it too, so make sure you stay tuned with that. But anyway, so that is kind of the wrap up for what I believe is a great recommendation where to start. Not that the air-cooled cars aren't good, but they are a lot more expensive and there are more things that can go wrong. And there's a lot more that you have to be wary of because every single car is different. There's no two cars that are the same. So that kind of takes us into the final part of the video. Buyer beware is what I want to call this little section. It's always good to do your research, but that can only do so much. You got to get down and dirty with every car that you look at. You got to make sure the paint's good, whatever, and mechanics are good, all that. So there's always going to be a large checklist for any car you look at, whether it's water cooled or air cooled. I'm going to kind of go into some of the things that are going to degrade the value the most. Number one is the mechanical side of the car. You want to make sure that the car runs and drives as you should expect it. It shouldn't have any vibration, loud ticking noises, any smoke, anything of that. Anything that's out of the normal from driving just a regular, it could be a Toyota Camry, anything that's out of the normal from that, then you should be wary, okay, automatically. Now, if there's a simple explanation for it, that's a little bit different, but if it's something that starts getting a little bit more complicated, do your research. The next thing is cosmetics, obviously, and this is just for any car, really. You got to make sure that the paint is intact. There's no obvious gouges or scratches or anything of the sort. Most Porsches will have rock chips, that's normal. Maybe even like a small, tiny dent that's hard to see here and there. But if there's a very large dent or very large scratches or very large gouges that are very abnormal that you see right when you walk into the car, that is not normal. That will also take down value. Interiors, you're going to see a lot of torn seats in these years of cars. You're going to see a lot of them. That's pretty normal. Just, factor in cost for that. If you can put a seat cover over it, but I would recommend just fixing the seat because that maintains value a little bit better. But those are some of the things you want to look out for. Always, again, I'm going to continue to repeat myself, do your research on the car that you're buying, look at forums. And yes, there is a lot of noise. So make sure you have a level head going into any forum that you click on, and just know that these cars are all designed very well. That some of them, you know, have some shortcomings, but still they're generally going to be very reliable as long as you watch out for, you know, ticking, smoking, acceleration issues like it's stuttering, vibrating, anything like that. If the car doesn't have any of those issues, then the car is going to be generally good. And you want to make sure you have records to back up certain maintenance. Some of the things for water-cooled cars that I would look out for are, I'm just going to name a few issues that they could have very quickly. Bore scoring, IMS issues, IMS bearing issues, I should say, water pumps, cooling system, anything like that. They also have chain tensioner failures, or that happens in later mileage cars. It sounds like a lot, but really these are things that should be checked on every car, and you know, they can fail. That's a lot, most of them don't. I'm going to say that. So those are kind of the main things there. Bushings, suspension components. If you hear squeaking going up and down over bumps, that's important. Air-cooled cars, really you want to check the head studs. Head studs are, I've ran into this issue before with one of the cars I've owned. Head studs can snap or break off in the engine, and that can cause the cylinders are all bolted on individually on air-cooled cars. That can cause the cylinder to shift or move, and it can cause damage to the engine in multiple different areas. So head studs, major oil leaks, cosmetics go a long way with the air-cooled cars and makes them a lot more valuable or not as valuable. If it needs a paint job, it's gonna significantly decrease the value of the car. If it needs interior work, that will drop the value of the car. Maybe not as much as a paint job, but it still will drop it. And but mechanically, you gotta make sure everything is sorted with them. Honestly, a pre-purchase inspection on an air-cooled car is a very good idea because you're gonna be spending a lot of money on the car, so you might as well do a pre-purchase inspection. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am taking video recommendations, so whatever you guys want to see first, I am looking in the comments. I'm going to try to do my best to respond to every comment. If you guys want to reach me personally, you guys can reach out to me on Instagram. I just send a DM or comment on any of my posts. I'll do my best to respond to you. I'm excited to see what this channel is going to bring. Like I said, again, this is a general overview kind of me and the cars I've owned, kind of talk about my experience a little bit, and to give you guys a little bit of insight of where to go and point you in the right direction. I hope this video kind of accomplished that. And there's still so much to cover. This could be a 3-hour long video easily, but I plan to make other videos that we can kind of go from this point. This is going to be the center of our web, and we're going to branch out from here to more specific videos. So thank you guys so much again. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.